So, we have told you that VLDLs, that is very low density lipoproteins, while they are moving through the plasma, they are regularly continuously under the effect of lipases, and these lipases lead to the cleavage of the what we say the triglycerides. As a result of this, the lipids are released from these VLDLs, and it leads to the increase in the density of the VLDLs, and eventually VLDL is converted into IDL, and then eventually into the LDLs, the low density lipoproteins. Now, the low density lipoproteins are very much reputed because of the extra amount of cholesterol in them. Actually, they have the maximum amount of cholesterol as compared to any other type of lipoproteins. I mean, we have VLDLs, we have chylomicrons, we have HDLs. In LDL, the amount of cholesterol is more than the amount in any other lipoproteins. That's why they are, I mean, there is so much talk about them being bad boys. We will talk about it shortly. So, LDL binds to the LDL receptors, and the protein which is involved in this bonding is the ApoB100. It provides, as the other type of lipoproteins also do, it provides the cholesterol to the peripheral tissues, or some of it is returned through the liver. Defects, of course, I have told you that any defect in the LDL or LDL receptors will lead to some real medical implications, and of course, one of the most important medical implication is atherosclerosis or cardiovascular diseases. There are three sources of cholesterol mainly, as when we are talking about the different types of lipoproteins. One is the chylomicron remnants, the other is the intermediate density lipoproteins, and third is the LDLs or low density lipoproteins. All three of them contains cholesterol, of course, in different proportions. As I have told you, the proportion of cholesterol in LDL is more than any other lipoprotein, but still other lipoproteins are also involved in the homeostasis of the cholesterol in the body by keeping its level in a balance. And how this level is kept in a balance, how the body have devised different ways, I mean, to maintain a consistent and balanced level of cholesterol, so that it doesn't exceed the required level, is that one is, of course, we have already told you when we were talking about the degradation of cholesterol, that, and also during the synthesis of the cholesterol, that one way of doing it is that inhibition of the HMG-CoA reductase, which is involved in the synthesis of the cholesterol. Then also reduction in the LDL receptor synthesis also somehow maintain a relatively low level of these cholesterol molecules. Then, of course, the esterification of the free cholesterol molecules into esterified cholesterol molecules, it also helps in the maintenance of the required level of cholesterol, I mean level of cholesterol which is not very harmful for the body. Another aspect when we are talking about the transportation of the cholesterol to LDL is that sometimes it happens that the cholesterol present in the LDL, it gets oxidized, because while it's moving through the plasma, of course, it can be exposed to different sort of reactive agents, which leads to the oxidation of the cholesterol. Now, this oxidized cholesterol or oxidized LDLs, it gives a signal to the immune cells, specifically the macrophages. The macrophages come, and then they the macrophages, when they target these oxidized cholesterol, it leads to the inflammation of the area, and the macrophages themselves, because of this inflammation, higher level of inflammation, leads to the formation or the conversion of macrophages into specific cells, very irregular shaped cells known as the what we say the foam cells. Another aspect of the LDLs, or the movement of cholesterol through LDLs, is the oxidation of the LDL. While LDL is moving, the cholesterol in it can be oxidized because of its exposure to different sort of reactive agents. And because of this oxidation, what will happen, that it will give signal to the immune cells, specifically macrophages. What will happen, that these macrophages then they engulf the area which contains the oxidized LDL, and the macrophages then become specifically very irregular shaped cells because of the inflammation which is caused by the oxidized LDLs, and these inflamed cells are known as the what we say the foam cells. And the accumulation of these foam cells then leads to what we say the atherosclerosis, the plaque formation, which leads to all sort of cardiovascular or peripheral vascular diseases.